It went actually down to a 1. Now it's back up to a 2 with winds of 100 miles an hour. It's still over the Bahamas, but it is moving a little bit faster at about 25 miles an hour. Or 21 miles an hour, excuse me. So it is moving away from the islands, just not fast enough. Again, we had mentioned it will be in the path of Bermuda later on tomorrow, more so Friday, but it is a far weaker storm. However, sometimes these little fluctuations in strength. The earlier advisories, winds were at 90, now they're back up to 100 miles an hour. So it is still holding some strength, and that energy associated with it is still very powerful. Thankfully for us and really all of the Gulf region, the upper pattern has kept that well away from us with dry air, wind shear, and these upper systems kind of pushing the storm away. And one of those systems pushing the storm away also helped to finally bring down a fall feel here. There's all the rainfall kind of moving up toward the Ohio Valley, and for us still have a little wraparound cloudiness moving in. That'll stay with us through the overnight, but I think mostly sunny skies tomorrow. And notice less wind, more of a breeze during the day, as opposed to today being just down and out windy. So less wind tomorrow. And then the good news is it's fun when it's chilly outside, especially for Halloween, but you don't also want it windy. The winds will be diminishing by Friday for Halloween trick-or-treaters. High pressure sitting over us, a beautiful day. Then we'll start to see some cloud cover increasing. This is Saturday afternoon. This is our high resolution model, so it stops Saturday at 1 p.m. A few showers in the vicinity, but we're not getting an idea yet based on this model as to Sunday's forecast, because models have been indicating at least a chance for rain. But there's no agreement in the models. This is the Euro. Looking at the timestamp of Sunday, 7 a.m., nothing on the Euro, whereas the GFS has a low sitting over us and a wet day, or at least a wet start to our Sunday. So the model's completely split. And what's interesting is they're both picking up on this upper disturbance and a developing Gulf low, or developing low, which would help to bring us some rainfall. But the models are not in agreement with whether or not we see rainfall, whereas the Euro says nothing. GFS has kind of a wetter day. So we'll see. Less wind outside, but still a bit of a breeze. They're still gusting out of the lakefront at almost 40 miles an hour. The winds overnight tonight will be settling, but a breezy day overall. Not as strong a wind gust as we saw today. And then, as mentioned, far less wind as we head into our Halloween. And that means it'll be a little bit more enjoyable with that chill in the air, 50s and 60s, 50s on the North Shore, lower 60s in the evening south of the lake. And then everyone will continue to fall into the 40s and 50s as we get the day started on Saturday. And actually the next few mornings will be in the 40s and 50s. So a chilly, breezy day Thursday, and then less wind Friday, remaining chilly through the weekend. Even as our temperatures start rising into the lower 70s, that is still below the average this time of year. Lingering cloud cover outside this evening, but as I mentioned, most of that will be breaking apart through the overnight. Very pretty evening, and it's nice to have that chill in the air. 50s on both sides of the lake. Already some lower 50s a little farther south, and we will see 40s and low 50s to get the day started tomorrow. By Friday morning, Halloween morning, probably our coldest morning, lower 40s, and it would not surprise me to even see a few spots north of the lake and in Mississippi squeeze into the maybe upper 30s briefly as we get our Friday morning started. And then the next 7 days, even as temperatures kind of come up a little bit, low 70s is still below the average. Again, kind of the big question mark on Sunday with clouds and rain really depends upon the development of that system. We'll know more as we get closer. Remember, this Saturday night we fall back 1 hour. Beautiful weather continues into next week.